we are playing 50-cent small blind, dollar big blind, and $2 straddle. All right, so the hijack limps in. I am in the cutoff with the ace of diamonds and the ace of spades. All right, I raised to $7, and I'm thinking maybe I should have went a little bit bigger here. And but I'm afraid everybody's gonna fold if I go bigger. But I'm also afraid that everybody's gonna call now. So I'm thinking like maybe $10 would have been fine. I don't know. I mean, it's hard for anybody to comment on that if they weren't in the game because, it is player dependent too. But anyways, the big blind checks, or he calls, and the hijack calls. And there's $31 in the pot. We're going to a flop, and it is 4 of diamonds, 8 of hearts, 2 of spades. The big blind checks, hijack checks. I bet 15. And this is where I think I may have made the first mistake in this hand, because I'm betting 50% the size of the pot, and I'm wondering if maybe I should have just went pot size bet, really force these weaker hands to fold, or, that would also be extracting more value from weaker hands that would like to try and continue against me. People may be totally unaware of my hand strength here. I have a very strong hand. Yeah, big blind checks, hijack checks, I bet 15, and big blind folds, and the hijack calls. So we still got the hijack involved, and the turn is going to be the 5 of clubs. The hijack checks to me, and I'm going to check back, and I'm thinking this is maybe my second mistake in the hand, but in the moment I'm thinking pot control, like I'm scared to like throw a ton of money in the pot for some reason. When maybe I should be just trying to pile the money in here. I'm not really sure, like, if we want to balloon the pot to, like, unprecedented sizes at this point. But let me know if you play poker and you know. So the river's deuce of hearts, and the pot's about $60 now. The board is paired, and I think sets would have tried to pile it in by now. But, yeah, I definitely want to bet, but I want to get called. So I'm just going to go 50% of the pot here. And, the pot, 50% of the pot would have been a lot bigger if I'd been piling money in sooner. So I don't know if I played that right. But I bet $30 here. He calls, and we're going to be taking this one down. He had an 8. Okay, so this next hand is from that same online game. The cutoff, small blind, and big blind are all going to limp in. I'm in the hijack with the jack of spades and the king of diamonds. All right, I raised to $10. Cutoff calls, and I guess it folded to the cutoff. And anyways, we're going heads up to a flop here. Me and the cutoff going heads up to a flop. Somehow we ended up with $40 in the pot. My notes are a little incomplete, but heads up to a flop, $40 in the pot, and it is ace of hearts, 3 of hearts, queen of hearts. And the small blind's going to check to me, and I'm going to bet $20 here. Small blind calls. I don't know why I'm betting, because I don't really have shit. And so that was a mistake. The turn is the 9 of hearts. And, I guess you could call that a bluff. I don't know if it was a mistake, but, you could get somebody to fold right away. I don't know. The turn is the 9 of hearts. He checks to me, I check back. So I'm thinking, okay, it's probably good news, but I'm pretty much giving up on this hand at this point. I think that's definitely the best play. I'm just giving up here. We have 4 hearts on the board. Any heart is beating us. Okay, I think even the deuce of hearts technically beats us. No, that's not true. Well, yeah, actually it does. That is true. It wouldn't be true on the river, which is, we check. The river is the 8 of hearts. And at this point, we both have a flush. That we know for sure. But he checks. And I'm thinking there's no merit to betting here. I really am playing the board like 100%. I just don't have anything. And I check this one back. happy to go to a showdown with absolutely nothing, and he shows down the nut flush. He has king 5 of hearts. Like, why aren't you betting, bro? That's why these games are beatable, because you lose the minimum against some of these, droolers, or whatever you want to call them. Droolers, not jewelers, but droolers. I mean, in his defense, there's not a whole lot that he can get paid by. I mean, so maybe there's no merit to betting. I don't know, man. I would have tried. You'd be surprised who will call you at these stakes, right? So I still think that's kind of crazy that he didn't bet there, but happy to lose the minimum. So okay, same game here. We're playing middle position, and the button are going to limp in. I'm in the small blind, and I have 3-4 of clubs. I am going to overlimp here, which, like, I guess at this, any stakes really shouldn't be limping, but I mean, I feel like we're definitely just going to be seeing a flop if we just limp in, and we have, like, not a great hand, but not bad at this point. This is foreshadowing for the next hand, because I'm going to have almost the exact same hand, by the way. And so I overlimp, and the straddler checks his option. So yeah, we were right that we're going to see a flop here. This is great. And it comes down 3 of spades, 3 of hearts, 7 of spades. So, like, we just hit bingo, basically, right? That's a great flop. It's really not a lot of hands that can beat us right now. Not a lot. They exist, but, you know, like pocket sevens, ace 3, I guess, like, or any kicker really is still ahead, but not likely that any other 3x other than like the ace 3 exists. But I'm not thinking about that in the moment, and that's going to be the problem in this hand, is my kicker issues. So I check under the gun, and the straddler check, middle position checks. The button bets $10. I'm going to call here, obviously. I don't know if I should have raised. I'm just not going to raise here, I guess, but turn is the jack of clubs. No spade, so that's good. I'm thinking the spade draw missed. There's $37 in the pot right now. And I bet $17. And then it gets to the button. He raises to 50. I'm going to call here. I don't see any reason to fold, but I don't think jamming is going to do me any good. And like, I figure I'm beating over pairs that may be doing this. I don't know if that's the right thought process. Maybe that's a mistake. I don't know. Maybe I should have bet more. Maybe I should have. I don't know. I think the bet size was right, but anyways, I decided to call, and it's 33 to win 104, so I'm getting 2-1 odds. And anyways, I don't think I can fold, or can I? I don't know. But the river is the 9 of clubs. And I'm going to check here, and he bets 130. That would put me all in. I have 100 left, and I just call. He shows ace of hearts, 3 of diamonds, and we're just going to be losing this one. I'm not sure if there's anything I could have done to get away from this one, but let me know in the comments. Okay, so this last hand is out of a live cash game. We're playing 1-3 at a casino called Potawatomi in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The villain in this hand is sitting in +1, and he just got to the table. He's an older guy, and he raises to $15, which is pretty standard for this game. It folds to me, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to get this heads up. I'm on the button, and I have the same hand as the last hand, except I have hearts this time. So I have 3-4 of hearts. And I call, and sure enough, we are going heads up as it folds through. We're going heads up to a flop, and it's about $30 in the pot, just a little over 30, and probably about 30 with the rake. And the flop comes down deuce 6-8 of hearts. So we flopped a flush, and but I have a very weak flush, which is why you don't play these hands. You know, you don't know if you're beat by a bigger flush. You don't want to see another heart come in this situation. I'm thinking I definitely don't want to see another heart. Because you could totally have the ace of hearts, or literally any heart beats us if another heart comes. So, because we have the nut low flush. So this is actually kind of a tough spot, like, and he's leading into us for $30, but we're not going to be folding yet because we do have what I think is definitely the strongest hand still, and he may well slow down on the turn. So as the dealer's peeling the turn, I'm just thinking, please don't show me another heart. But I wasn't expecting to see the 5 of hearts on the turn. We are sitting here with a straight flush now. So a 1 in 72,000 chance. We just hit a gutter to a straight flush, and I'm just like, I remain stoic and stare at the board like I normally would. I'm not like staring at my opponent really very often, but unless they don't know, I'll kind of look them up, like, what are they thinking? But anyways, I see out of the top of my vision while I'm staring at the board that he's reaching for chips. And so I look up, and he's sliding a $100 stack over the line. And as soon as this bet becomes official, I announce that I'm all in. And he snap calls. Basically the best case scenario. He has the ace of hearts, which he believes is the nuts in this situation, I think. And so we're going to be winning a big one here. The river is the queen of clubs, I believe. It's inconsequential. We have the straight flush. I show him the bad news. And we're taking this one down. This was also good for a $200 high hand. And yeah, so very exciting. This was the 3rd time in my life I've had a straight flush. You can hear him in that clip, and he's like, did I lose all my money? Yes, sir. You just got stacked. Sorry. I would have lost all my money, too, if I had the ace of hearts there. So that's poker sometimes.